Kendo Podcast episode 127. In this episode, I want to talk about the 17th Kendo World Championship. Kendo Podcast by Hiro Mafuji from kendoguide.com. Thank you for listening. This podcast is about Japanese martial arts Kendo for Kendo lovers and supported by Kendo enthusiasts through patreon.com. Thank you for your support, guys. Please visit kendoguide.com for more Kendo information and how to support kendoguide.com. Welcome to Kendo Podcast 127. Okay, just World Championships was done yesterday. Yesterday is Sunday, the what's the date? Sure. Don't know. I don't have my phone. Here we go. Today is 17th. So from the 14th of September 2018 through September 16th, we had 17th World Championship. I think it was 17th. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And then result-wise, all the categories, men's individual, women's individual, women's team, and men's team, Japan won in all the categories. And congratulations to Japan. And also every single country, every single person who was representing their country, congratulations. And I haven't watched all the Shiai videos yet. I want to go to All Japan Kendo Federation YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. All Japan Kendo Federation is striving to it's very hard to broadcast these great shiais. So subscribe them and watch them. So some money will go to their account, I think. So let's do that. And also, probably everyone was thinking, if you have watched, especially men's final, always controversial, right? I don't like the way they fought, blah, blah. That's sports, so that's okay, blah, blah, right? So I can see both opinions, and I don't think it's a good idea to blame the players, the competitors. They are doing their best to win. When you go onto the shiai, right? When you go out there to fight, you don't fight to lose. That's the basic understanding. Everyone knows, right? Everyone knows that no one will fight to lose. Now, especially this, country against country, they are representing their country, right? So, of course, they have this feeling of, I'm going to do my best for my country. Of course, that's understandable, and we cannot blame them how, they really want to win or they don't want to lose, right? Like I said, no one wants to lose. No one fights to lose. So I think it's not really fair or good idea or whatever the word is to blame the competitors. I understand that I always go back to the principle of the concept of Kendo, to discipline human character through the application of the principles of the katana. And we have to do Kendo based on that, and we have the purpose of Kendo as well. So, issued by All Japan Kendo Federation and translated by International Kendo Federation. So if you don't know that, I will have link. So please go ahead and learn those words. So based on that, the way we do Kendo shouldn't be, shouldn't be to win a shiai. It's not the purpose, right? As a process of improvement, shiai is there to check yourself, how you do in the real fight. That's why Shia is very important. So you can check yourself. And then if you think about it, we always are told to, let's say you're doing Kihon, okay? And I don't know how you're taught, how your teacher tell you to do, but I tell my students, even though you do Kihon, do it like you're doing Jigeko or Shia. Yeah, a lot of ki and pressure takes center, pressure. Not many people do it because they know that's a practice. But when in Jigeko, they get serious. And then in Shia, they sound totally different. In Shia, when grading or promotion exams, they are completely different. But they don't do it while they're doing basics, basic training, right? Drill, whatever you want to name it, Keiko. Why is that? Because it's lacking. In their mind, it's practice, right? Jigeko is also practice, but because you have a now opponent, they are aiming at, they are striking you. You don't want to get hit. You want to hit. So you get serious. Now, in more CI or promotion exams, they get more serious. They don't want to lose. They want to pass. So they do their best. You have to do that all the time. But I understand it's very hard. That's why you have to know what your mentality in CI or in exam. So you have to pull yourself up to that level in practice as well. That's my personal opinion, of course. So if you don't know that, if you don't know what chemical reactions you have inside you, you cannot bring yourself up to that level in practice, in Keiko. That's what I think. So it's very important for every one of us to learn the adrenaline rush inside you, right? And you have to control that. Even if you don't control that, you don't know what you're doing. That is very dangerous. So you're in charge of yourself, and then you're hyper, but you're still in control of yourself. So that is, I think, ideal training method. So it is very important for us to participate CI and promotion exams, so we know what level really we are. So I think that's very important. And so CI itself is not a bad idea, right? It's not it's not evil stuff. Promotion exam, of course, is not evil stuff, even though we are told these are not goals, which is true. These are motivations. They are checking points for us to check our Kendo and ourselves, how much we grow. We have grown since the last time we tried promotion exam, or since the last Shia. So which is, if we look at Shia and promotion exam like that, it's very useful and very motivational, and it's very good checking points for us to check ourselves. So it's good. So, I think rules have to be changed a little bit more. And of course, Shimpan, we can talk about how you should do Shimpan. Yes, we can talk about it, but how long is it going to take? Maybe next generation. Now we have a lot of new generations. People go to Japan and learn Kendo. It's much easier now. A lot of people go to Japan and learn Kendo, even short time. They change their Kendo big time. So I think that's a great thing. but it's a next generation. Maybe one generation after, maybe another 5-10 years, these people become sensei, and then we can start, shimpan level will go up a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know. That's my guess. Maybe it's earlier than that. Maybe not. But the easiest or quickest way to change the way we do Kendo, because a lot of people don't like the way they see how they did Shiai at the World Championship. But like I said, we have to remember that they are representing and their country, and they don't want to lose, right? So their motivate, the way they do Kendo is based on that they shouldn't be losing. There's a Kendo you should do in Shiai, especially team fight. You do Kendo so you don't lose. So you have to choose how you do Kendo. Well, if I lose, the team will lose. So I should do Kendo that doesn't lose. You know what I mean? Of course, winning is better, but if you go for winning, you might lose. You might get beaten up, right? So this is like a life. Again, we use Kendo to improve our life, right? So there's a certain point that you shouldn't be losing there. If we lose here, maybe your family will be in danger. If we lose here, your company will be in danger, or some things like that happen. So there's certain thing certain time that you shouldn't lose, and of course it has always a good Kendo, bad Kendo, and of course Shiai is just a Shiai, so we shouldn't take it that seriously. So you gotta do good Kendo. So we need to change the rules, right? Don't you think? I mean, if you do, what's good Kendo? What's bad Kendo? Bad Kendo, if you think not losing, do Kendo so you don't lose, is bad. We're gonna change accordingly, right? So, like, I know how I do Kendo in Shiai. And, I know why I want to participate in Shiai. But this World Championship is a bit different, isn't it? So if you don't like what's going on in Shiai because they don't want to lose, we need to change the rules. Because Kendo is the Shiai is regulated by rules. So they fight according to the rules. And of course, like I said, shimpan skills need to be improved. That's a part of it, but rules should be improved, I think. So we need to, like Tsubazeria, for example. We know we shouldn't be in Tsubazeria for a long time, correct? So there are a lot of small Shiais, they change rules. If you stay in Tsubazeria for 10 seconds, you're both penalized, for example. I don't remember the exact rules, but I think junior high or high school level, some rules are changed, applied in those small or particular Shiai tournaments, like high school, junior high school. And also, if they do this all the time, you'll be penalized too. 3 points block defense all the time like that, you'll be penalized or something like that. I read an article a while ago. So they try to change rules. So they're trying to remove bad habits, because this is not very good. Based on the concept of Kendo, this is not really the application of the principles of the katana. So, and then in the regulation book says we have to fight fair and square. And in why this is not fair and square, I don't remember the exact word. In Japanese, kome seidai. I think that's kome seidai. I think. If I'm wrong, please forgive me. You have to do it like you have to fight. So you're not there to win or lose. It's not there. You're not there for that. You're just fight fair and square. You check your Kendo skills. This is not a part of Kendo skills. A lot of sensei agree with it. This is not a blocking, and then punch strike. They don't think it's a good Kendo, so they want to fix it. That's why they change the regulations in this Shiai. Don't do this. If you do this all the time, you're going to get penalized. I think that kind of rules have to be there for the world champion. Because of the world championship, we need to have good, so they can actually compare the Kendo skills, not based on, because we are fighting for our country. No, we're there. We're representing our own countries, but also as a Kendoist, they want to compare their skills. They want to try. They want to test themselves. So that's why they're there. If we focus on Kendo itself, not individual who is better, we want Japanese people to do what we consider good. That's too much. That's too much for that circumstance. They are expected to win by everyone, right? And I understand. People want them to do good Kendo, so-called good Kendo. What we learn from 8th Dan Sensei. 8th Dan Sensei go outside Japan and they teach this is good Kendo. Don't do this, don't do that. So we follow that. And we believe that is Kendo. And what you see on the YouTubes or, the Shiai, is it Kendo? So it's not what we learned. So kind of we have double standard, right? It's okay to have double standards maybe because the world is always double or triple standards. But at least in the Kendo world, if we really want to talk about, or if we want to separate this, representation of the country from, we separate Kendo from totally that, don't worry about countries. We're there as a Kendoist. We have country, but we want to fight because we want to test ourselves. And also, we want to have a good time with people from different countries. And this World Championship is a great opportunity to learn from each other. Based on that, based on Kendo, the principle, concept, and purpose of Kendo, we can easily beyond who's going to win kind of thing. I think. I'm hoping that how it works. So maybe we need to change the purpose of this World Championship, even though we changed the regulations or Shiai rules. Maybe it might not change too much, but it's very important for because of that, because it's Shiai. We need rules. In Jigeko, we don't have rules, right? So it doesn't mean you can do whatever you want to do, but at least we don't do Kendo, push each other. Maybe they do, but in Jigeko too. But push each other, or something to make other people something rude. We don't intentionally do it, but because you want to win so much, you do something you don't really do, in daily practice. That might happen, So I think it's very important to look at rules as well, so we really can stick to simple the concept of Kendo. I think it's very, very important. So people talk about that's bad Kendo, and I thought, I can see that, but why it's bad, and why the bad Kendo is getting point. If you say bad, it's the bad Kendo. Why is it getting point? Because it hit the target, right? And then we all learned, we have learned, and we always tell people Kendo is not about getting point or winning or losing. It's about doing good Kendo based on the concept of Kendo. Mm-hmm. And it's gonna go. Mm-hmm. So, like when I was a kid, I was told to don't dug after you strike kote, which happens. If you're like a human being, after you strike kote, right? And if someone strikes you, you duck like that. You don't want to get hit. It doesn't matter if you're doing Kendo or not. If someone punches, you don't want to get hit, so you duck, right? So it's human nature, right? And so we are told not to do it, but we can get valid. We can strike. Even when we do that in Shiai, if we do it well, like that, and then we duck because we got hit. We don't want to get hit. We duck, right? Duck as in duck the strike. That is considered as a valid cut. So is it good? No. But why is it valid? Because I hit it, or it was a good timing. We need to have a good posture, but this wasn't a good posture. Or sometimes people really will strike like that, so they don't get hit. Not because after you strike kote, they get hit. It's not like that. You just go, just ducking and striking. Is it good? Is it bad? If you do that, maybe you shouldn't be getting point, or such strikes shouldn't be considered as valid. If we start training, if we start doing Shiai like that, probably no one was going to do it because people wants to win, right? That's period. People want to win in Shiai. So how they win is more important. I think it's Kendo. How to do Kendo, the process before, during, after is very important. We have Zanshin at the very end, right? So including from the beginning, posture and everything, beginning to the end, that's a full package of a valid cut. So we need to see everything and then decide, is it valid or not? Not right the moment of your strike, right? So I think it's time to closely look at share regulations, so we can start. That's a way. We all know what's good Kendo because we're told. But in Shiai, because of winning and losing situation, people do a lot of things, right? People start striking like this because you can hit. If you don't hit a target, you don't even get a point in Shiai. So that's why people start doing that, okay? Because they want to win. So we need to change something. Like, if you do this, because you shouldn't be doing that because it's not good hasuji, right? And so we really need to clarify what should be done to make it valid. I think that's very important for everyone to think about, and I think it's very too harsh to blame the competitors because they are there, so they can bring what do you call it? They want to win, period, right? So it's too harsh to blame them. I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but don't hate the players, hate the game. So I think it's very important for every one of us to think, how can we make it better so we can do shiai based on the concept of kendo. Obviously, it's not working very good at the moment. So let's think about it. And I would like to finish my podcast right here today. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next podcast. I would like to send special thanks to patrons for their constant support through patreons.com/Kendo For Life.